Now, speaking on Prime Morning on Joy Prime Television, Executive Director of the NPP's think tank, Dankwa Institute, Richard Ahiagbah, said the manifesto will address issues central to the need of the Ghanaian as the party builds on the gains made in the past 4 years.
If they had built enough schools, which is what they are claiming, would we have done double track? No. So the question is not doing something to point to that, oh, we have built 43. It's about making strategic investment. If the economy was good under them, they would have achieved the building of that. So first of all, is the economy.
It's still more than what you have done from what they claim.
No, because they've bastardized the economy. How do you build infrastructure if you don't have money? You build infrastructure with money. You can do this with the economy. The question we must ask the NDC is that how did you build the so-called infrastructure you're talking about if the economy is showing that the economy is showing poor? And that's one of the things, even dealing with all this infrastructure talk they want to have. Are we going to go there and talk about the Kanazoe Road? He did in excess of 25 million, and he stood there and commissioned that road, and he said that is the best quality work that has been done in this country. You drive on that road today and see what is happening there.
Is that an admission so that the NDC did more infrastructure,
no, I just told you that they've done the road, which he stood there and said is the best road in the country. Okay. You drive on that road and it's not right. The point I made to you was this. You talk about the economy, okay, before you can talk about infrastructure. It's a disjoint to say, let's talk about infrastructure. How do you build infrastructure? Your infrastructure track record must be linked to a strong economy. Okay. You cannot show an economy, so if you tell me you build infrastructure, I don't believe you.
Finally, what should we expect from the manifesto tomorrow?
It's going to be a very nice ceremony, and I think that it would be something that meets the needs of the time and gives Ghanaians a future to hope for.
What are those needs you've identified?
Clearly what has been done. What the needs of the country now is we need to build a strong economy. We need to create opportunity for our youth to get employment, and we need to ensure that we are investing and educating our people to be ready for 21st century challenges, and especially to prepare our workforce to be able to respond to the continental free trade area.
What of COVID-19? Is there something in there?
I think that what you find in relation to COVID-19 is strategic investment in our health sector to ensure future preparedness.
Now, as your election headquarters, we will be there live to bring you all the previews and analysis on the event. Joining us from Cape Coast is Richard Kojonyako to tell us a bit more about the preparations. Now, how is the Central Region, Richard, preparing to receive delegates from across the country in the National Council tomorrow?
Also, Cape Coast, the event venue is very, very busy. The colors of the MPP are dominant. They are visible everywhere. Streets are clothed with the flag. And then every single space has been occupied. In fact, the event venue, the new examination center is being put in place. And I'm told that by 3 o'clock they would be done setting the things up. And then later this evening, the manifesto would be handed over or presented to the National Council for their perusal before tomorrow it will be presented publicly. And so that is the preparation. But on security, every place you go, even though the event is yet to start, you see security personnel stationed at one place or the other, ensuring that everything is in place. Now we are getting the indication that this is only a virtual launch. And so if you do not matter in the scheme of affairs as far as the launch of the manifesto is concerned and you have not been invited, you have no business coming here, because the national executive have set up some places, and then it will be streaming live as well. And so they can watch them from their various destinations. There is no need for anybody to come here. This is to observe the social distancing protocol and other protocols with respect to COVID-19. So that is how things are shaping up as far as the preparations are on the ground.
Now, the choice of the Central Region, Richard, was not for nothing. Of course, the Central Region is a key decision maker when it comes to elections in Ghana, and the NDC's vice presidential candidate comes from there. How are the people responding to this event that will take place there tomorrow? Is it seen as pivotal for the Central Region residents?
Yes, sure. Both parties are interested, and they are interested keenly. At one point, the NDC had dominated in the seat in Parliament, but presently the MPP has 19 seats against the NDC that has 4 seats in the central region. And so key issues are emerging, issues from the fishing sector, the transshipment of fish at sea, right to the premix, your general infrastructure. People make the point in Cape Coast that, well, Cape Coast is the ancient capital in Ghana, but there is nothing really to show for it. So they expect that these issues would be part of the manifesto that will be launched so they can see their way on tourism and other related issues. They are also expecting. Just a short while ago, the president was asked the question about the Commander Sugar Factory and then the demand by some residents of Cape Coast of an airport. On the airport, the president says that they won't go about certain infrastructure just for certain them. They will subject them to some feasibility studies because there's an airport in Takoradi, there's an airport in Accra, and so Cape Coast is just some few minutes drive away from Accra and Takoradi, and so they will just, the Ministry of Aviation would consider that, and if there is a need for them to be given an airport, they will do. On the Commander Sugar Factory, the president typed on the reason why his government has not been able to officialize the Commander Sugar Factory. He says that they want to ensure that proper things are put in place before they touch it. And so that is why they started, and then they will work, and very soon it shall be manifest for everybody.
Richard, thank you very much for those updates from the President's tour, as well as updates on preparations for the Manifesto launch on Saturday.